underway with the first serve from Teodor Krichkovic. Messer wants her outside. WJ gets a swing, but it's out. Indiana with the first point of the night here in Galen Center.
You know, speaking with a lot of different staff on Indiana, they really said that if USC was playing too physical, they would be able to get these critical points on the board, obviously starting out with that first point.
Yeah, that physical play, a big part of USC's identity so far this season. Krichkovic with another serve. Mullen will get the swing, and she'll get a point for the Trojans off the touch of the Hoosiers block. So Mullen ties the game early in set one at 1-1.
And now we are, in fact, seeing Mia Taverdi go in. Didn't actually start that first point, a last-minute switch there, but now she will be playing for the Trojans.
It's Megan Verbeest back to serve for the Trojans, the senior defensive specialist. She's been great from the service line so far this year. Her serve is dug. And up the middle, it was Victoria Gray, the freshman middle blocker for the Hoosiers, to get another point for them on the board.
Something, you know, volleyball really has been a game of momentum. As we take a look at that point right here, just the set with the kill, kind of that misdirect we saw there and off the touch of Mullen.
Jaden Jager to serve for the Hoosiers. Messer wants her right side. Mullen sends it long, so another point for the Hoosiers. They're going on a bit of a run here. Getting lucky. USC sending some balls too far. Some of that aggressive physical play we expected to see from them tonight.
You hit the head on the nail there, Scott. I mean, really, we've seen USC get into these kind of ruts of errors.
Jaden Jager with the serve again. Messer wants Weejay, and she slams this one to the ground. So London Weejay with the kill on the outside there. That set was butter from Messer. We'll get another look at it here.
I mean, Weejay has been so good on that side, just really commanding in those special areas and using the position to her advantage.
It almost looked like Abigail Mullen had an ace there on the serve. Indiana able to keep it alive. Messer wants Weejay again. And it's good. Weejay with the second kill in a row for the Trojans. How about the season London Weejay is having, McKenna?
I mean, exactly what we were kind of talking about, Scott. Weejay has been so strong, not only in that position, but all across the court.
Mullen to serve again. She's one of the top 5 servers in the Big Ten in terms of service aces, and she'll get one there. So right on brand for Abigail Mullen from the serving line, but she's been good all across the court so far this season. Just a freshman, but not playing like one.
Absolutely. I mean, truly, right now USC has 5 hitters over the 1.70 kills per set, led by Mullen.
So Mullen will send that serve long for USC's first service error of the night to tie this thing at 4-4 in the first set.
I mean, USC really does need to work on cleaning up that serve game. They have 61 aces on the season so far, but that marks their 151st service error.
Serve from the Hoosiers is good. Messer gets Taverdi with the slide attack, and it's good for a kill. So Mia Taverdi, player we've been talking about a lot tonight here early in this match, shows up big.
It's exactly what the Trojans need to see from Taverdi. I mean, really showing why she should be a starter in this position.
A nice slide attack there from her. That's a route her and Messer have loved to run so far this season. The serve from Weejay is kept alive. Messer wants Famuina on the outside, and she'll get a kill. So Danya Famuina gets herself on the stat board. Famuina, a player that a lot of people had high hopes for this season. She was a Big Ten player to watch in the preseason. Really a leader on this young team. One of the few upperclassmen. Weejay with the serve. It's Borsama that wants to swing. She was our player to watch at the top of the show, but she's blocked by the Trojans. Some of that Trojans defense. This is a team that their identity really revolves around their defense. They've got a lot of great attackers, but the blocking game is what has kept them alive against some great Big Ten teams so far. Krichkovic wants her right side. Messer keeps it alive, and Famuina with the slam down. That's a one-way ticket to the floor from Famuina there.
I mean, she's been so electric. Taking a look at really the pop-up and then being able to get that slam down, something that we've really seen a lot for her. Marks her 60th kill of the season so far.
So Krichkovic tries her outside, and Alonso Cortez is not able to handle it. Goes out of bounds. Another point for the Trojans, and Indiana's going to call a timeout on this one. They're down 5 here. Back in Galen Center, number 17 USC up 9-4 over Indiana. London Weejay with the serve. Krichkovic tries her right side. And Avry Tatum is able to work a kill for the Hoosiers.
Definitely something that they really wanted to take advantage of. I mean, the Hoosiers has been really low on the attacking percentage, currently sitting at a .250, obviously improving there, but against the Trojans .50, something that's severely lacking is this Indiana offense, which they're known for.
Jessica Smith comes into the game to serve for the Hoosiers, and it's out of bounds, so a service error for Indiana, and USC extends their lead to 5, getting back the ball. And it's Taylor Deckert, that freshman libero. She's been great for them all season. She's back to serve.
I mean, really, both sides are going to want to play much more clean.
Krichkovic runs the pipe route, and USC is able to keep it alive. Krichkovic pushes this one long. She'll try her outside again. And Alonzo Cortez sends that ball long, so another point for the Trojans on the attacking error from the Hoosiers.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Sometimes he sees it as a good sign. He thinks if you're getting service errors, it means you're serving to win the point, which he encourages his team to do. That said, they are one of the worst teams in the Big Ten in terms of service errors, something they'll want to work on. London Weejay, though, she slams that ball to the ground for a Trojans kill. They'll take this one to 15-11.
Weejay quickly becoming a leader in kills as we take another look at that swing. I mean, Weejay's been so good all season with being able to read the defense extremely well and find those open points on the court.
Megan Verbees with the serve, and she's looked good this season off the bench defensively for the Trojans. It's a swing by Jaden Jager, that freshman outside who's been great for Indiana all year, but she sends it out of bounds. So USC able to sneak another point off that attack there from Indiana.
We talked about Jager briefly earlier. She was another Big Ten Freshman of the Week alongside Leah Ford, actually was Defensive Player of the Week at that same time.
Verbees with the serve again. Indiana rallying to keep this thing alive. They have to send over a free ball. Messer wants Taverdi up the middle, and Brad Keller and his team is happy about that swing from Mia Taverdi. She's having herself a night here.
I mean, how about Taverdi? We talked about how important she's been for the Trojans, really being able to play in these critical moments for the team, and really has been so strong when she is on the court.
Megan Verbees with the service error. She sends that ball out of bounds, so the Hoosiers will retrieve the ball. Still trying to climb their way into this one.
We saw Coach Keller almost cursing to himself on the sideline, not quite happy with the amount of errors the Trojans are having.
Jaden Jager to serve for Indiana. Drubik keeps it up. Mullen wants a kill, and how about the dig by Audrey Jackson? Taverdi again with the swing, but it's out of bounds. So Taverdi tries to make history repeat itself with her last swing. Sends this one far, so Indiana will keep the ball.
You know, something we've talked about is, yes, the Trojans are high with service errors, but they haven't been as high in these other errors that we've been seeing. Lots of balls going outside the lines on the court here today.
Jaden Jager with a service error of her own to give the ball back to the Trojans. They're still leading this thing 18-13. We had a chance to talk to Coach Aird earlier this week. He talked about playing on the road in California. He said when you travel on the road in the Big Ten, it's always a challenge. I think they present a unique challenge. USC very physically for his Hoosiers. And the swing down for Avry Tatum is good for a Hoosiers kill. Avry Tatum, she's looked great for them all year. We saw her have a season-high 19 kills versus Bradley, one of those players that's actually from the state of California.
Yeah, there's been actually quite a few players from California. As we take a look at that swing, the Hoosiers have 4 players from the state of California on their roster, alongside associate head coach Rachel Morris being from Manhattan Beach, just down the road.
Bit of a tricky play there for the Trojans. We saw Reese Messer try to dump it. It didn't work. Mia Taverdi with the slam down off the overpass by the Hoosiers. So Mia Taverdi yet again showing up big in crucial moments for the Trojans. Looked like that rally almost got away for them, but Mia Taverdi said, no thanks.
I mean, truly, there is a question to why Taverdi isn't starting all the time.
Krichkovic tries to handle a tight ball, and it's a net violation, so a point for the Trojans. USC up 20-14. They want to think they're just 5 points away from closing out this first set. Head coach Steve Aird is forced to call a timeout for his Indiana Hoosiers. We're back in the Galen Center. USC leading in set 1 against Indiana 20-14, and it's London Weejay with the serve. USC able to sneak another point off the net error by Krichkovic for the Hoosiers. So Trojans extending their lead to 7 here as we get late in this first set.
I mean, it's been all Trojans in that first set. Their attack percentage currently sitting at .318. And guess what, Scott? Indiana's now sitting at 0 attacking percentage for Indiana because of some mishits.
Yeah, Indiana struggling to get things going on their attacking front there. Meanwhile, Abigail Mullen looked like she sent that ball long, but it was an Indiana touch. So another point for the Trojans. They're up by 8 here now late in this first set. That's a big deficit to climb back from in college volleyball.
I mean, we've already said Reese Messer at 10 assists so far. Mia Taverdi leading with 4 kills. Just all around these Trojan players coming to the challenge.
And Taverdi going to sneak away another kill there. It looked like the Hoosiers were going to retrieve it. But Taverdi's arm able to slam that ball down. The Trojans now just 2 points away from taking this first set.
I mean, as I was just saying before, Taverdi already stacking those kills up, but London Weejay sitting at 3, Adonia Famuina at 2, so lots of Trojans on the board kills-wise.
Hoosiers able to keep Weejay's serve alive. Taverdi with yet another kill. She's lighting up here in this first set.
Taverdi's been absolutely electric. You know, recently against Cal earlier this season, she had a season-high 10 kills, 14 points, along with a dig. So when she is in for the Trojans, it's been quite formidable.
Most impressive to me about Taverdi is how she's been getting kills from all across the court. She can run the back route with Messer or find her to her left. And we just saw a service error there from London Weejay, so Indiana keeping this thing alive, but it's still set point for the Trojans. Taverdi tries to slam it down. The Indiana block denies it. It's Famuina's turn. She's able to work through the block and close this thing out for USC. So set 1 goes to the Trojans, 25-15, a convincing set win there, McKenna.
Indiana is 0-5 on the West Coast over the last 2 seasons, as well as their last win in the state in California. It came all the way back in 2016.
So Gala Trubin starts things off in set 2 with a service error. So Indiana will win the first point of the set as they look to get things back in their direction here in set 2.
I mean, that's exactly what we saw in the first set. Indiana being able to take it over well in the beginning, but not able to really take away that win there.
London Weejay with the swing, and she's blocked by the Hoosiers, but Nia Satterfield-Brown has something for us on the sideline. Nia?
Yeah, Indiana head coach Steve Aird said that it will take a massive effort from his attacking front in order to get over a potent USC offense. Clearly in the first set, that's what we saw. So he's hoping that his team will get a little loose and just really tighten up their game tonight.
Yeah, Indiana offense wasn't really able to get anything going in set 1. They were hitting at 0. Meanwhile, London Weejay with the slam down there for the Trojans. Continuing their offensive effort. They were swinging at .429 in the first set, a whopping hitting percentage for them. Big part of that. Mia Taverdi, a name we've said a lot tonight. She had 7 kills in the first set, having herself a career day.
I mean, not only is that a whopping hitting percentage, but when you take into account the 0-0-0 from Indiana, whose offense is really one of their strengths, something to note for sure.
So Indiana able to keep that ball alive and sneak a point off of it. Really nice effort from Avry Tatum and Teodor Krichkovic there. Tatum, been a star on the attacking front for them. She's their best hitter so far tonight. Only 2 kills, but they'll be looking for her to light up here in set 2, and that was a promising sign of it.
We saw some of Indiana's coaching assistants be excited with that point, but not head coach Steve Aird, who had a real straight face and even had his assistant coach try and pep him up a little bit.
Service ace there by Jaden Jager, the freshman outside. She's looked good from the serving line tonight, and she's starting to build something of a lead here for her Hoosiers in set 2.
Definitely something the Trojans are going to have to be mindful of, but do remember they did come back from a deficit in the first set.
BJ with the swing. It's kept alive by Jager. USC keeping this ball alive. Mullen tries to tip it through. Tatum with the swing. Messer tries Mullen again, and she's blocked. Alonzo Cortez and Victoria Gray with the block. So Indiana defense showing up big and when they need it. This looks like a different team than what we saw in set 1, McKenna.
Oh, you're totally right, Scott. I mean, Alonzo Cortez has been such a powerhouse at the net, but also in the kill section. She's the 21st member of the 1,000 Kill Club at Indiana and is the 3rd player to do it under head coach Steve Aird.
Mia Taverdi tries to put an end to the Indiana movement, and she does so. So the player of the night so far for the Trojans, Mia Taverdi, with a little bit of vengeance there, slams down that set from Reese Messer. Even Messer looked a bit surprised by it.
I mean, we've been saying Taverdi's name all night, Scott. Really having herself a set.
Looked like Jaden Jager thought that serve by Abigail Mullen was going to be short. Drops in for an ace. We mentioned how Mullen is one of the leading service acers in the Big Ten Conference. And she'll serve again for the Trojans. Alonzo Cortez, with the swing on the outside, and she's blocked on the solo block by Reese Messer. So that really triple threat setter, Reese Messer, she can swing, she can set, and she can block. Another look at her solo block there.
Yeah, she can, Scott. I mean, solo block there. Currently the leader in assists, sitting at 16 right now.
Nice hustle by Audrey Jackson there to keep the ball alive for her Hoosiers. Messer pushes the route to Taverdi. That's a tricky play. And the Hoosiers are able to capitalize off it. So USC got a little scrappy with that one, and Alonzo Cortez shut it down.
I mean, that's something that we've kind of been expecting to see from Alonzo Cortez, and something that she was very quiet in that first set, Scott. Something that we're not used to seeing from her. So good to see her come alive here.
Taverdi gets another swing in it, and it's a kill. She's riled up about this one. We see her shouting, "Let's go," at her setter, Reese Messer. So it's the same route we saw them try to run on last play with no success. That back set route.
And it's been such a strong route for the Trojans. I mean, let's take a look at that air time. I just mean, that jump was massive.
Krichkovic wants Tatum. Messer gonna try Mullen on her right side. And Krichkovic with the set to Avry Tatum is good for a kill. So Avry Tatum trying to get things going again for her Indiana offense. They're leading this one by 2, up 7-5 here in set 2. USC has done a good job to cut into that lead a little bit. Messer pushes out to Famuina, and she's blocked. That ball goes out of bounds, and the Trojans will sneak a point off of it.
Definitely something that both teams are going to watch out for. We've talked about it a bit earlier, but volleyball truly is a game of momentum, and USC specifically plays so well when the momentum is shifted in their favor. It's something they've really been known to thrive off of, so something they're going to need to look out for tonight.
Taylor Decker had the float serve there. London Weejay runs the route up the middle, and it's good for a Trojans kill. So London Weejay with the back row attack, that's something we're used to seeing from her. Maybe not so much tonight, but it worked there.
I mean, and just like that, we're all tied up yet again. Very similar to what we've seen in that first set. Trojans down, but being able to come back.
So a service error by Taylor Deckert gives Indiana back their lead. Up by just 1 here, and it's Alonzo Cortez back to serve for Indiana.
Last year, she played in 106 of 107 matches going across all 3 years. Healthy sub in the 1 game she didn't play, so she's been quite critical to this team.
The back row attack from Jessica Smith is good for a kill. So Krichkovic getting a little tricky with her plays, trying to run different routes. Krichkovic, that freshman setter, but she certainly doesn't play like one. She was a member of the youth national team system in Serbia. We see her set there, runs the route up the middle from the back row to Jessica Smith. Good hustle by Messer to keep it alive, and Famuina has to send it over. And the dump by Krichkovic is good for a kill. So Teodora Krichkovic, just as we're talking about her, gets smart with her playmaking there, extends Indiana's lead to 3.
I mean, definitely the smarts there has been so critical for this team. She was just Big Ten Setter of the Week, the second player in program history to win the honor for Indiana.
Head coach Aird said the straw that stirs it is the setter. He's really proud of how she's looked this season, but USC going to get the ball back there off the kill by Adanya Faumuina. Been a little quieter tonight, but she's been a great player for them throughout her career here. Stepped in at really crucial moments for them.
And that really has spoken to her seniority on the team.
Krichkovic with the bump pass to her outside. It was Jaden Jager who tried to get the swing, and she's blocked by the Trojans.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
They just wanted to play another game here. They've gotten things going in the second set. Messer sends it to Faumuina. The swing from Alonso Cortez is kept alive. Back row attack by WeJ is sent over, and Faumuina responds. So Adanya Faumuina, off the overpass by the Hoosiers, is able to get a kill for the Trojans, make this a 2-point game here late in the second set.
I mean, we talked about it earlier, but Faumuina has just really come alive in those critical positions when the Trojans are down, and it really speaks to her leadership and being able to always have that response. Now tied at number 2 with WeJ in kill leaders for the Trojans.
Indiana able to keep Faumuina's ball alive, and Alonso Cortez is able to send it down for an Indiana point. So just when USC got the ball back in their direction, Indiana and Alonso Cortez responded, takes the ball back, and goes up 20-17 here in the second set.
And Alonso Cortez has really been the response girl for these Hoosiers. I mean, she's someone who they've been able to rely on almost every single game, as I said earlier, except for one.
It's a testament to her experience as a senior on this roster. And how about Jaden Jager at a crucial time for the Hoosiers? Indiana now just 4 points away from taking this thing. We'll get another look. The push by Krichkovic to Jaden Jager. She finds that ball in at perfect timing, sends it to the floor, and it's a timeout by head coach Brad Keller.
Yes.
And Della Alonso Cortez with the serve. Trojans mixing up their defense a little bit. Leah Ford able to work through the block and keep this thing going for the Trojans. They're still trying to climb their way back into this one, and they're running out of time.
The Trojans are a team, as we take another look here, who's kind of struggled to respond after timeout. So it's been so important for them to be able to do so now.
Served by Reese Messer. Jaden Jager with the swing. Reese Messer keeps it alive, so the Trojans are out of system. Ball is sent over by Alonso Cortez, and the Trojans are out of system yet again. The Hoosiers keep Mullen's ball alive, and Trojans will sneak a point off that one, off the net call by Indiana. But we'll send it to Nia Satterfield-Brown, who has more for us on the sideline. Nia?
Thanks, Scott. The goal of the Hoosiers huddle was to fight hard. And Coach said the goal is to win the match, but with all due respect to Southern California and UCLA, they're great teams, but we've seen some good players. We have some good players, too. They want to stick to what they know and play as well as they can. Back to you.
Indiana been making this one tough for the Trojans. Good effort there by USC, but Indiana able to close off the point. That ball fell to the ground after Leah Ford kept so many opportunities alive on that rally for USC. So Indiana leading 22-19, and we see head coach Steve Aird calling for a timeout, or excuse me, a substitution for his team. He sends Hannah Leftridge into the game for the first time today for the Hoosiers.
Definitely was talking with the ref for a little bit before that sub. Leftridge, a Missouri native.
So Leftridge into the game at a bit of an unconventional time for Indiana. She gets a service error and she'll come out. So USC still in this one, but as we said earlier, they're starting to run out of time, down 22-20 here. Gala Trubin to serve at a crucial time for them, and she's a veteran, someone you want at the service line in a moment like this. The overpass is handled by the Trojans, and Abigail Mullen looks like she's going to send it to the floor, just goes out of bounds. So a point for Indiana.
we haven't seen a lot of that quick at-net play here in the second or really the first set, but it's something that the Trojans are normally quite good at exploiting and using to their advantage.
Served by the Hoosiers is kept alive by Trubin. Swing now for Jaden Jager, and she sends it to the ground to set up a set point for Indiana. So Indiana now just 1 point away from taking the second set, thanks to the likes of Jaden Jager, who sends that ball through the USC block. McKenna, we talked about how USC struggles sometimes when they're down late in these sets.
Definitely something that the Trojans are going to want to watch out for. Any error here is massive.
London Weejay keeps this one alive for USC. They've got some work to do if they want to close this one out. They've got to hold out a lot of set points for Indiana. It's going to be tricky, but not impossible for them.
Definitely not, Scott. I mean, let's take another look at that play here. The Trojans just being able to kind of almost read that defense, but also depend on that error.
Megan Verbeek's serve is kept alive. The swing in the middle for the Hoosiers. Jaden Jager not able to handle that ball. She sends it into the net. And Megan Verbeek will get another serve for USC.
The Trojans have really been playing catch up all during the second set. When a team is able to do both so extremely well, they really got to marry the two and be able to do that together to take this set.
So Megan Verbeek in a high pressure scenario. Her serve is good. And the swing is kept alive. Reese Messer not able to handle it. And Indiana is going to take set two, 25-22 to set up a tied 1-1 game. And it's Teodora Krichkovic to serve for the Hoosiers. And her serve goes out of bounds. The Trojans are excited to get the first point of this set. We saw Indiana get the first point of the second set, and we all know how that tale went. USC hoping to flip the page here in the third set.
Definitely, Scott. I mean, Indiana also had the first point of that first set, which didn't end up going their way, so could be anyone's game.
Certainly does seem like it's anyone's game at this point, a tied game here. Megan Verbeek serve. Jager able to handle the ball well, and she'll get a point to tie this thing early. 1-1 for the Hoosiers. Jaden Jager has looked good so far tonight. That's her 5th kill of the night.
Hoosiers also being extremely good at being able to read the Trojan defense. We've seen the ball hit the floor in front of a lot of Trojans tonight.
Reese Messer tries Mia Taverdi. Hoosiers are now able to read Taverdi, but she's able to get the block there. So talk about blocking efficiency that the Trojans need to improve. And it looks like they're starting to do just that here in set 3. That was Mia Taverdi and Abigail Mullen on the block of Alonso Cortez.
I mean, Taverdi really has been the star of the game for the Trojans. One of the highest hitting percentages and still the kill leader.
Mullen with her serve, and Alonso Cortez able to play it inside the pin. Taverdi with another slam to the ground. She's getting creative with it now.
I mean, Taverdi's just one of those players who is so well versed on this court against her opponent and is able to read it like a book.
So Mia Taverdi up to her most kills on the season tonight. Abigail Mullen sends that serve long, so Indiana will get back the ball and make this a 1-point game yet again. And into serve for the Hoosiers is Avry Freeman.
I mean, Mullen is so strong at the service line. 3 aces of the night so far, but she also comes at a high error percentage as well.
Avry Freeman's serve kept alive. Messer pushes it to Weejay, who's able to handle that ball through the Indiana defense. So USC being forced to get a little creative with their offense here. Talk about how they love to play aggressive, but they've become a little more tactical with their tip game. Worked in their favor there.
I mean, if changing it up is what needs to happen for the Trojans, obviously that first set went completely their way, and it was hard fought in the second, but weren't able to take away with it.
Krichkovic with the back set to Tatum, and Tatum sends that ball long. So USC gets the ball yet again. London Weejay still serving.
USC currently leading in attack errors, 11 to Indiana's 9.
Krichkovic plays this ball low. Weejay has to dump it over. The swing from Tatum is handled. Indiana able to sneak a point off of that one. USC still leading 5-3. And it's Tatum back to serve for the Hoosiers. Faumuina receives her ball. And Faumuina is blocked, no question about it. The Indiana bench is excited about that one.
I mean, truly, they just erupted there. And we talked earlier about how strong the Trojan block game is, but look at this Hoosier block. I mean, that was a solo block there. Almost was an assist, but it did end up counting as a solo block from Kristovic.
Yeah, Kričković and Vickers both went up for it, but it was all Kričković. Nice hustle there by the Indiana defense to keep this ball up. And Brad Keller is not going to be happy about how that ball dropped. Complete miscue by a young Trojans team. See Abigail Mullen and London Weejay kind of talking to each other after that point. Some disappointment on Brad Keller's face. That's exactly the kind of mistake the Trojans cannot afford in a close game like this.
I mean, we saw Taylor Deckert's mouth just drop open. Where was the communication there?
Reese Messer able to play this ball off the net, but the Trojans can't keep it alive. Looks like the Trojans starting to lose a little bit of focus here after a couple plays in set 3. You see the Trojans coaching staff calling for them to stay with it. Next point up.
Communication is so important for the Trojans right now. Definitely don't want to let the Hoosiers get on a run.
And another point for the Hoosiers. They're starting to get things going. Looks like Brad Keller might want a timeout after Reese Messer was blocked on that setter dump there.
Head coach Keller coming out towards the court. Looks like he's just going to talk to his team, offer some encouragement as well as some changes.
So we won't call for a timeout, and the Trojans are going to be lucky to get out of that one alive. The bleeding is stopped off the service error by the Hoosiers and Avry Tatum. So a sigh of relief from some of the Trojans players on the court, and Taylor Deckert will serve for USC.
I mean, we spoke earlier about how important momentum is for the Trojans, and they just really can't get in that.
So Deckert loses some momentum there with a service error. Nia has more for us on the sideline. Nia, what you got?
Thanks, Scott. Coach Aird was incredibly jubilant with his team on the sideline after they've gone on a run here in this third set. He was super happy with their effort. He said they just needed to settle down and get used to their play, and his young core is doing their thing tonight and getting it on. They just scored another point. Back to you.
So Faumuina's ball is sent long, and Indiana gets another point. They're up 3 now.
Coach Keller not happy with that one, having Faumuina come immediately out, and now in for the Trojans comes Brooklyn Teeler from Florida.
Yeah, Brooklyn Teeler has kind of had a bit of a breakout season. 11 kills versus BYU. We saw him immediately call for her to come off the bench, and a nice pass right away from her there. Kričković reading the USC defense. Messer wants forward, and she'll get it. So USC getting things a bit back on track after that sub in by Brooklyn Teeler. Nice effort for her there, immediately coming off the bench, ready to go with a pass off the serve there, but it was Leah Ford with the kill.
Ford was my player to watch earlier in the game. Last year she was a Big Ten All-Conference second team as well as a Big Ten All-Freshman team.
Nice read by Ford there to handle Kričković's setter dump. And it looks like USC is trying to flip the narrative now. Indiana got things going on a run for them, and now USC trying to do the same. They're down by just 1.
Teeler might have been the energy that they needed to change it up. She redshirted last year due to her injury.
Messer's serve is kept alive. And Kričković sends it to Vickers, who gets the kill. So that lack of responsiveness by the USC defense there kind of falters for them again.
Bit of a lack of a read there we saw from Deckert, just not being able to get underneath the ball in time.
Hannah Liftridge back to serve for the Hoosiers. Her float serve is kept alive by Teeler. Ford swing is kept alive. Alonso Cortelles with the swing. London Weejay keeps it alive, and Deckert sends it over on a free ball. London Weejay sends the ball over yet again. The swing by Jaden Jager is good off the touch of the USC block. So a nice rally and effort there by the USC defense, but it ends with a point for the Hoosiers from Jaden Jager.
I mean, this moment is so important for the Hoosiers, being able to really outplay USC in their own home.
Left Ridge's serve is kept alive. Messer tries Weejay from the back row. Hoosiers keep it up. And Jaeger is able to handle the block and just tip that ball through. Little bit of frustration from head coach Brad Keller on the sideline.
Has been their errors. Currently with 10 service errors so far, as well as 19 attack errors.
Abigail Mullen's serve kept alive by the Hoosiers. Krichkovich sends it to Tatum, who sends it to the ground. So Indiana taking their lead back to 8 yet again. They're up 21-13 here in set 3.
I mean, Indiana has perfectly identified the Trojans' weak spot in that back corner and truly the whole back line.
Avery Freeman with the serve. Mia Taverdi able to keep it alive. Nice defensive play there by Jaden Jaeger. Mullen gets a swing in at it. Krichkovich tries her outside, and it's no good. Out of bounds from Alonso Cortez. So USC somehow keeps this thing alive. They're down 21-14, but London Weejay back to serve.
I mean, the real difference maker in this third set has been the amount of errors on Indiana's part. It really hasn't been the Trojan offense, it's been the errors on the other side.
Tight play there at the net, and USC isn't able to handle it. Indiana sneaks a point on that close net play. It's Avry Tatum back to serve now. Hoosiers leading by 8 here late in third set. Falmuina receives the serve. Taverdi able to sneak yet another point off of it. Taverdi's arm has been on fire all night long.
Absolutely it has, Scott. I mean, we saw her be able to get the kill off of that touch that sent it out of bounds, and Taverdi's been so strong. She'll step off for a moment though.
Taylor Deckert back to serve for the Trojans. Krichkovich sends it to Alonso Cortez, who gets a kill for the Hoosiers. The Hoosiers now just 2 points away from closing out this third set.
I mean, what a difference it's been for the Hoosiers as we take another look at that kill there. Got past the Trojan block and found the empty court.
So Cortez now to serve for Indiana. Messer sends it to Falmuina, who just pushes it through that block, but Indiana able to handle it and send over a free ball. A point for the Trojans off the into the net call for the Hoosiers. It was Krichkovich who ran into the net there on that play. So Reese Messer will head back to serve for the Trojans.
And what a moment it is for the Trojans.
Indiana receives her serve. Jaeger with the swing, and she's blocked. And Jaeger slams it to the ground, no question about it. That's one of the most convincing kills we've seen all night, and from none other than Jaden Jaeger, the star freshman outside hitter for the Hoosiers, who's from Carlsbad, just a few miles to the south.
And Jaeger really has been the star of the Hoosiers here today, but this is nothing new for her. She actually became the first Indiana freshman to record a 20-kill match since 2021.
Leah Ford able to handle that ball on the set point for Indiana. So USC still keeping this thing alive, but Indiana, of course, another set point opportunity here, and they're up by 7.
Once again, this isn't dissimilar to how we saw the second set go. Trojans kind of falling apart and falling into their own errors against them.
Gala Trubant with the serve. Jaeger overpasses it. Leah Ford with the slam down. So still another glimmer of hope for the Trojans. They've got a long way to climb, but Gala Trubant from the service line is going to try to make any miracle happen for them.
I mean, really, there is no denying Ford's arm, and when she's able to have a free setup like that, that power is undeniable.
Gala Trubant's serve is kept alive. The nod from Krichkovich to Jaeger. USC has to play it out of system, and London Weejay slams it to the ground. So the Trojans still with an opportunity to do the impossible here.
I mean, this is exactly what we saw in the first set. I don't know where it went, Scott, but it might be back to close out this third.
When you got an opportunity like this on a young team, it's important to not get rattled. That applies to either side of the net here. And Indiana gonna close it out and put an end to the Trojans' hopes there in set 3. The Hoosiers winning the third set 25-19. They'll head into the fourth set up 2-1 in this thing.
Definitely not something that the Trojans are used to. They're one of the best blocking teams in the country, so something they're gonna need to build up again.
Leah Ford with the service ace to start set 4 for the Trojans. They're gonna hope that's the tempo setter for this set for them.
I mean, really, the Trojans, we said it before, momentum is so important for their game and the way that they play in that stylistic choice. Momentum has been huge for them, and we've really seen what happens when they get into their own head. They start allowing way too many errors and lose critical points.
Leah Ford with yet another service ace. Looked like that ball was gonna go long and it just hardly drops in. Conversation now with head coach Steve Aird and the referee, but sounds like he might initiate a challenge. So that serve by Leah Ford on the challenge was called out of bounds. A smart challenge by the Hoosiers there. And now a chance for Jaden Jager to serve in a tied fourth set, 1-1.
I mean, challenges have been really useful for the Hoosiers. Obviously, earlier in the game, head coach Brad Keller's challenge went unreversed, and this one being reversed in itself.
Mullen with the swing, and it's out of bounds. A point for the Hoosiers. So Indiana up 2-1 early in this fourth set. Jaden Jager will serve yet again for Indiana.
I mean, these were the type of errors we were talking about earlier, but how about Jager? She's been so strong by the line and all around the court.
And one of those freshman stars. Truman able to handle the nice read by Tatum. Tactical play there by Mullen to just tip that ball through the block. She'll get a point for her Trojans to tie this thing up 2-2.
And this type of close set is really the fighting that I think we are all expecting to see now based on how the first 3 sets went.
Abigail Mullen back to serve for the Trojans. Alonzo Cortez keeps her ball alive. Brooklyn Teeler with the read on the overpass slams that ball to the ground, and the Trojans will regain the lead up 3-2 here in this fourth set.
Teeler proved to be critical in that third set as we take a look at that kill there. I mean, really reading it down the line and being able to get that point for the Trojans. Currently standing by as we're mopping the court right where we saw Jager fall.
Yeah, Teeler came into that third set at a crucial time and had some big plays for the Trojans. Nice read by her there. And Abigail Mullen will head back to serve. Mullen serve. Kept alive by Jager. Krichkovich hustles to the ball. Messer tries to dump it. Krichkovich to Tatum behind her, and some frustration by Decker as she just can't get underneath it. So Indiana will tie the game 3-3.
You're right, Scott. I mean, it almost seems like the Hoosiers have really identified a spot in Decker. It seems to be hitting towards her again and again.
Avery Freeman to serve for the Hoosiers. Messer tries to read that Indiana defense and get a setter dump, but it's out of bounds and a point for the Hoosiers. And you're right, McKenna. Indiana really been dialing in on those spots deep in the USC court. Taylor Decker has been a great libero for the Trojans all season long. Teeler with the slam down on the outside to try and get things back on track for the Trojans. She'll tie this game up at 4-4.
I mean, Teeler's been so strong in these important positions, as we were saying earlier. Taking a look at that kill, almost identical to the previous kill that she had. Once again, reading that side and going straight down the line.
Teeler, a player that missed last season due to injury. She's looked great so far this year. Krichkovich sends it to Alonzo Cortez, and Decker can't get underneath it. So a point for the Hoosiers to regain the lead, 5-4. And Avry Tatum will head back to serve for Indiana.
Alonso Cortez is really undeniable in that way. We've seen the power of her swing and really the Trojans' lack of response to it.
Taverdi with the route. And she'll get a point off of it. So when in doubt, use the route. That's what Reese Messer's been doing tonight with Mia Taverdi, and it works yet again.
So important for the Trojans to be able to use that route. I mean, clearly it keeps on working for them, and the Hoosiers really haven't been able to find a response to it.
Mia Taverdi's 15th kill on the night, so truly a career night for her. Just 3 blocks, though. We talked about how that blocking game has been a little quieter for the Trojans all around. Taylor Deckert deep in the court to take the serve for the Trojans. Krichkovic sends it to Alonso Cortez. Messer tries to dump it. Messer behind her to Faumuina. Faumuina sneaks a point off of it. Nice effort defensively by Audrey Jackson on the Hoosiers side of the court to keep that ball alive. But it's Adanya Faumuina who closes the point out for USC.
That marks Faumuina's 9th kill of the night, but not so strong on the hitting percentage side at a .235 so far.
Taylor Deckert sends that serve deep, and it just drops in bounds. She'll sneak an ace off what looked like it was going to be an out-of-bounds serve for a moment. So at a crucial moment, a bit of a sigh of relief in Galen Center for the Trojans fans, as things seem to be going back in USC's favor a little bit. And Leah Ford continues the momentum in that direction. USC extending their lead to 3. And head coach Steve Aird is going to call a timeout for his Indiana Hoosiers. Welcome back into the Galen Center. A bit of a prideful moment for the Trojans before the game, honoring one of their honorary teammates this season, Cecily Collette Taylor. What can you tell us about Taylor?
She's a 6-year-old actress, just played young Nessa Rose in the star blockbuster movie Wicked. She's a part of Team Impact, and head coach Brad Keller talked about how ecstatic they were to bring her as part of the team.
Yeah, she signed with the team in April, and she's been really great part of their team identity. Really sweet moment for that team before the game.
Absolutely, and she's come to pretty much every home game here at Galen Center.
We just saw a service error from Taylor Deckert. Alonso Cortez then with the serve for Indiana. Faumuina pushes that ball deep. Krichkovic to Alonso Cortez. Leah Ford and Faumuina shutting it down. So the roof in Galen Center, and a much needed block from the Trojans. They'll extend their lead back to 3. Another look at the effort by Leah Ford and Faumuina there. Krichkovic runs the pipe route with Alonso Cortez, and it works. So Alonso Cortez sends that ball to the ground. And into the game for the Hoosiers is Hannah Leftridge to serve.
As we take another look at that kill there, definitely something that the Hoosiers wanted to see. We talked about how efficient their kill game was in the 2nd and 3rd set, but it's fallen behind a little bit in this 4th.
Out of system set by Taylor Deckert. Mullen tries to shut it down. Krichkovic to Jager. Taylor Deckert hustles to keep it alive, and she does so. Some nice defensive effort by Taylor Deckert there. And the dump by Krichkovic shuts down the play. So after the hustle by Taylor Deckert and that USC back row, something they've needed all game, Krichkovic shuts down the play regardless.
I mean, you're absolutely right, Scott. It is something that the Trojans need to work on. The Hoosiers have just identified that again and again, that back spot being the problem.
London Weejay tries to run the route from the back row, and she'll have an attacking error there as she sends the ball into the net. Hannah Leftridge to serve for the Hoosiers in a 9-all game here in Galen Center. Deckert receives the serve. Out of system set for the Hoosiers. Faumuina is able to keep it alive, but Mullen can't handle the ball. So the Hoosiers will reclaim their lead here in set 4. Hannah Leftridge back to the service line yet again.
Leftridge has 3 service aces on the season so far, but already has 2 service errors just in this game alone.
Leftridge dribbling the ball in the backcourt. The float serve is good. Messer sends it to Ford. Jaden Jager wants a swing, and she'll get a kill off of it. So Indiana doing a really good job of savoring momentum, and it forces Brad Keller to call a timeout for his Trojans. Another look at that push set there from Krichkovich. It's low and fast, and Jaden Jager knows exactly what to do with it. Sends the ball to the ground. He said earlier this week, he won't see a lot of fear from my group, but we have a lot of respect for SC. They certainly haven't been playing with much fear late in this game. Hoosiers hustling to keep it alive, and Jager handles the ball into the net. So a point for the Trojans. Nice block effort there by Leah Ford and Adanya Faumuina.
I mean, it's finally the blocks that we've kind of been waiting for all night, Scott. I mean, we talked about it early in the show and in the first, how important this Trojan block is. And, you know, when they're able to put up that 1-2-3 block, there's not a lot that the opposing team can do.
See Faumuina dancing on the back line there before her serve. Player that plays with a lot of joy and passion for this program. Always dancing, always hyping her teammates up. She's really emerged into a 6th rotation player, coming to her own late in her career here. And she'll head back to serve for the Trojans, who are down 1 here in set 4. Faumuina sends it long, so a service error after a bit of a delay there, and Indiana gets the ball back. Indiana extending their lead to 2, and it's Krichkovich who will go back to serve for the Hoosiers.
Errors definitely have not been the Trojans' friends here tonight, but that's kind of been the story of their whole season so far.
Krichkovich's serve just goes over. Trojans have to play it out of system. And it looked like Gala Trubin was almost going to be able to get underneath that ball by Avry Tatum, but it's no good. So Indiana with another point to extend their lead to 3. Smiles by Teodora Krichkovich on the back line as she gets ready to serve.
I mean, how about Tatum? She's currently leading the Hoosiers in kills, sitting at 11 so far.
Some words from her assistant coach before she serves. And Krichkovich serves it to Trubin. Leah Ford is blocked, but the Trojans able to keep it alive. Krichkovich looking at her options, and Avry Tatum slams it down. Avry Tatum lighting up here in this 4th set. That's her 12th kill of the night. The back set from Krichkovich. She knew that USC defense was out of position to block Tatum.
What a moment for her with that cross kill.
Messer to Mullen. Connection we've gotten used to seeing. Tatum wants another swing at it. This one's out of bounds, so the Trojans will get the ball back. Indiana still leading by 3. Remember, they're up 2-1 here in the 4th set. In volleyball, it's the first to 3 that wins the match.
Hoosiers not mad about that last point. We saw Krichkovich kind of brushing it off.
Krichkovich to Jager, and Jager slams it down. You said it, McKenna. The Hoosiers weren't rattled by that point. They get the ball back. And they're leading by 4 here, up 15-11. Jaden Jager, after her slam down kill, will head back to serve.
We've seen it being close really the past 3 sets, but truly Indiana has come with flaming arms and have been letting them carry them through the win.
Teeler digs Jager's serve. Mullen with the swing, able to get a kill out of it. She'll decrease the deficit back to 3. And she'll get a chance to serve now. We know she can be great from the service line. And boy, do the Trojans need it now more than ever.
She leads not only in service aces for the Trojans, but across the court here today.
Hoosiers able to handle that serve from her. Tatum wants a swing, but that ball's out. Nice read by Taylor Deckert there on that close line. And Mullen will get another chance to serve.
Reads like that are exactly what the Trojans are going to need to do to be able to come out of this deficit that we're seeing right now. I mean, being able to play smart and clean is exactly what they need.
One serve drops short in Hoosiers territory. And the Trojans not able to keep Avry Tatum's ball alive through the block. So Avry Tatum lighting up yet again. It's Avery Freeman back to serve now for Indiana. You see her heading to her right side of the line, getting some words from her coaching staff before she takes a serve.
Freeman already has 13 service aces on the season so far. The 5'3" defensive specialist, really strong at the service line, but also 4 assists and 15 digs on the season.
Freeman serve kept alive. Avry Tatum with the read on the overpass. Avry Tatum has been absolutely undeniable here in this fourth set, and it's showing for her Hoosiers. They're now up 17-13 as we get later in this fourth set.
I mean, Tatum's the first Indiana player with 25+ kills and a .430 hitting percentage in a single game since 2010, and that came against Ball State.
Mia Taverdi runs the route and slams down the ball. Just when her night starts to get a little quiet, she shows up big yet again to keep USC in this thing.
Oh, Taverdi's making sure she's not quiet. She's known it's been quite a game for her, already at 16 kills so far, and doesn't want to let the momentum for her own game go away.
16 kills as a middle blocker is an astonishing number. London Weejay sends that ball along, so some costly service errors at some big moments tonight for the Trojans. Indiana now up by 4. They'd like to think they're just 7 points away from taking this upset win against a ranked Trojans team. Messer runs the route with Taverdi again, and USC gets a point off of it. So Messer to Taverdi on the back set route is good yet again. USC going back and forth between this 4-point and 3-point deficit. They need to go on a bit of a run to permit their stance in this crawl back into this game. Krichkovich tries to dump it. She's blocked. Some help from the back row. And that ball is sent long by Jessica Smith. So a point for the Trojans and when they need it badly. Nia Satterfield-Brown on the sideline for us tonight. Nia, what you got for us?
Thanks, Scott. Adanya Famwina was telling her teammates on the sideline that she likes where they are mentally and they need to look through a window and capitalize, need to fight harder. She loves where they're at and they need to keep building. She's confident in her team and she's back in providing that veteran leadership right now. Back to you.
Yeah, Nia, this team playing with a lot of mental resilience all season long, and they need it now. Faumuina, of course, as you said, one of those upperclassmen leaders on this roster. Started in 32 matches last year, the redshirt junior. And a big point there for Leah Ford and her Trojans. They're now down by just 1. Krichkovich to Alonzo Cortseas, and she's blocked. Able to push it through the second time. Weejay tries to get underneath it, and it's no good. So Indiana gets the ball back and extends their lead to 2 yet again.
I mean, this is a really big moment for Indiana all around. Right now, it's their first 2-0 start in Big Ten play since 2003. They're trying to look for their first postseason appearance since 2010, so quite a moment for them here.
Big opportunity for them, and that serve just barely drops in for Alonzo Cortez, and it looks like head coach Brad Keller wants to challenge the play. Similar play to what we saw at the beginning of this match.
USC is challenging that the ball was out.
So it looks like Brad Keller will challenge that Alonzo Cortez ball went long, just out of bounds.
We talked about
really
it
close call
earlier about how well Coach Keller is normally at these challenges. Obviously, both of them haven't gone his way here tonight. We're going to try and take another look at the call here. Waiting for the ref's response. Obviously, it's hard to tell, and you know what? You're right, Scott. I do not envy the ref in this position.
I'd agree, McKenna. Just a reminder to our audience, if that ball lands on the line, it is considered in. There needs to be conclusive evidence to overturn a call on the court. So our refs looking a little longer and harder at this one than they did for Leah Ford's serve at the beginning of this set. Brad Keller kind of in a last-ditch effort to keep things alive for his team here late in the fourth set.
Definitely an important moment for the Trojans. Looks like the ref's making her decision.
After review, the call is reversed. USC retains their challenge.
So a huge overturn in point for the Trojans. Nice challenge there by head coach Brad Keller. He's going to be happy about this one. A 1-point game late in the fourth set feels a lot different than a 2-point game. It's Reese Messer at the service line.
You hit the nail on the head there, Scott. I mean, so important in these close matches when every point counts as we're getting further and further into that fourth set.
Messer's serve kept alive. The slam down by Ava Vickers. The back set from Krichkovic to her middle. So Indiana loses the point and regains it back just like that. Nice, fast, low set to her middle behind her. That's a hard set for a middle to handle. Ava Vickers does it very cleanly.
I mean, Vickers has been so important for this team. She stepped in to start all 20 Big Ten matches in 2024 despite a lingering shoulder injury, which is why she hasn't played as much this season.
It was a nice defensive effort there by the Trojans to keep that serve alive, but it didn't matter because when the ball came back to Victoria Gray, she slammed it to the ground for a Hoosiers point, and the Indiana bench is riled up.
I mean, Gray's been another one of the freshmen that's been so strong for the Hoosiers. She was the number 82 overall recruit by Prep Dig, as well as the number 108 overall recruit by Prep Volleyball.
So USC calls a timeout, down by 3 here late in this fourth set, hoping to keep this thing alive. We'll see if they can do it when we come back here just a moment on Big Ten Plus. Got a hard stint ahead of that. They'll head to Wisconsin, which will be a big game for them. And Leah Ford tries to get the slam down there, and she's not able to handle it. So Indiana wins the point, extending their lead to 4. And Leftridge back to serve again. Indiana now just 3 points away from taking this one home.
Indiana once again outkilling the Trojans 13-9 right now.
Famuina able to keep Leftridge's serve alive. Mullen swings for the kill, and it's too long. So Indiana, yet another point for the Hoosiers. Now just 2 points away from a massive upset on the road in LA against a top 20 USC team. But it sounds like Brad Keller will challenge that last point for a touch. So it sounds like Brad Keller and the Trojans think that the Hoosiers block touched Mullen's ball as it was going out of bounds. Could be a huge momentum shift in a last-ditch effort for the Trojans. Indiana just a couple points away from closing this thing out, McKenna.
I mean, this would be really big for the program itself, not only in this win against a ranked team, but also because they're doing it in the Trojans' own home. And historically, we know how strong the Trojans are while playing at Galen Center. Currently 7-0 at home for the season.
And Indiana looking to put an end to that perfect home stint for the Trojans so far this season. Of course, we talked about how difficult it would be for the Hoosiers coming in. They're a really young team on the road, their first trip to the West Coast this year. And it looked like they were having some struggles adjusting in the first set, but it's really been all Indiana ever since. USC trying to climb their way back into this one and send it to a 5th set. This challenge could provide a great opportunity for them to still do that.
I mean, they haven't won in the state of California since 2016, so quite a long time as we get another look as the ref makes their decision.
After review, the call is confirmed. USC loses their challenge.
Some frustration from Abigail Mullen and her Trojans as they head back out onto the court. Hannah Leftridge to serve for the Hoosiers.
USC losing their challenge there. Critical moment for the Hoosiers.
And it looks like some confusion on the court. Not clear if the ref ever blew his whistle to begin the play.
Both sides showing some confused faces, but it looks like they're just gonna start over the point.
So Leftridge will serve again. Bit of a weird call there. Messer to Mullen, and Mullen not able to handle it. The freshman, perhaps a little rattled here. We talked about how USC has had a hard time crawling itself out of holes, and Indiana now on match point, an opportunity for a huge upset on the road against the 17th ranked team in the country. and a service error keeps USC's hopes alive. There's a chance they could still do it. They're down by 5, and it's still match point for Indiana. But Gala Trubin will come into the game to serve for the Trojans.
We're seeing some movement on both sides of the court. Late addition subs. Both teams trying to do anything to tip the game in their direction.
Gala Trubin to serve for the Trojans. Jaeger keeps it alive. She gets a tight swing, and she's blocked. So Mullen and Ford on the USC block, and at a time when they need it most. Indiana will have another match point here, but USC looking to keep this one going.
As we take a look at that block, so important for the Trojans to be able to come up in that way.
Gala Trubin serves again. Krichkovich sends it to Jaeger, who sends it to the ground, and Indiana's bench comes rushing onto the court. The upset from the Indiana Hoosiers, closing out set 4, 25-20, to take this thing 3-1, and it's off the kill of none other than Jaden Jaeger, the freshman outside from Carlsbad, California, who had herself an outstanding night.
I mean, how about winning in your own home state with your team against a ranked USC Trojans?